Thank you, members of the press. Just to announce to you that I'm finally here after all the sojourn and the long journey that I had to go through before being sworn in. As you could see, I'm the only one being sworn in today. I should have been sworn in with others yesterday, but circumstances beyond my control did not give me a chance to be sworn in along with others. So that gives me a special privilege to be sworn in alone. But basically, I thank God Almighty that I'm finally here to resume duty as a Senator of the Federal Republic. And I'm here basically to do certain things that are very dear to my heart. One of them is I haven't realized that the bridges connecting the Southeast to the rest of the Nigerian nations and the other ethnic groups seem to have been very faulty, resulting from the politics we have played in the Southeast. It will be my pleasure to rebuild this bridge, to reconnect this bridge, so that the Southeast people will move along and same pace with other geopolitical zones politically. My second mission to the National Assembly will be what has been very dear to my heart and which I have practiced as a governor of Imo State, to see the possibility of making free education a reality so that the children of the poor can go to school. If I achieve this, I'll be glad that I have achieved what I desire to do as a member of the Senate. The third one is I'm concerned about the killings and destruction of lives in the northern part of this country, especially the Northeast, and recently Zamfara and Kaduna. Whatever we can do at the floor of the Senate to help the executive curb these insurgents will be to my greatest pleasure. I'll be here to work with my colleagues, and I'll be happy to work with my colleagues. As to what has happened before my coming as a senator, I want to thank especially the judiciary for being the last hope of the common man and being the last hope of the oppressed, whatever situation and circumstances he finds himself. But without the judiciary, I wouldn't have been here. And I also want to thank the INEC for owning up boldly and do the right thing, which goes a long way to explain that all those accusations were unfounded of my person. And so I am very thankful to INEC for having released my certificate of returns and having been sworn in. So I'm ready to go. But for me, it will be a learning process. I was only at this National Assembly sometimes many years ago when we made the 1994 Constitution during the National Constitutional Conference with Karibo White, with during the Abacha regime. That was when I came here first as member of the National Assembly. That was like a 2-year program, but this gives me more exposure to interact with my colleagues. So members of the press, you'll be seeing me more here. Of that, but it will be very surprising to see that INEC will go and appeal on this matter, because there's no basis for it at all. And if we have to dwell into this matter, which is known to all of you and all Nigerians, then in the first place, the accusation before me was that of duress. In other words, duress means using mild force or excessive force to compel somebody to do something he or she does not want to do. But how would you have carried out an act of duress in a returning hall where you have the SSS, the police, and you have the agents of the party, and everyone there watching, and in my own person as executive governor, working maybe gun or machete or something, asking them to write a result on my behalf. That never happened. Even if I was to be a spirit, someone would have seen me doing that. So that is not true. I think there's maybe other reasons other than the word of duress. And if there was a duress assuming, I think INEC would have set up a committee to find the facts, whether it is correct or not. So INEC simply became a judge in their own matter. If a committee was set up to review whether actually there was a duress or not, then they will come up to say, yes, Rochas did this, and then they'll have a course of action. But in this case, they assume whatever somebody told them 5 days after election has been concluded, announced, declared. Somebody came up to issue of duress, and you accept to be a reality, the truth, without any evidence. Means that I think there's more to duress than duress itself. It's a political bridge, and not a bridge in the sense of bridge, but it's a political bridge. So that's why I'm here, and there's need for the Igbos to mend fences, political fences, relate with every Nigerian, play the politics in Nigeria world of politics, and get this right. And that will help them for the development of the Southeast, politically. So I think it's just a common knowledge that we're neither here nor there now politically, not with the ruling party, neither are we making any impact in the opposition party. So there's need for the Southeast to get married to the rest of the nation politically. And you understand what I'm talking about?
2 last questions, one from Oweda Bajileke and the other from...
The Southeast cannot just fold their hands and wait power to be given to them. And someone will just give you power because you want power. Power does not go with sentiments some of the times. It goes with issues on ground. And democracy is about the people, a majority of the people. And Southeast alone cannot make themselves president. So you cannot be talking about Igbo presidency. It doesn't exist. So you might be talking about Nigerian president of Igbo extraction, but that is also depending on what other geopolitical zones think about the issue. So Igbos cannot just be president alone. I think they have to do more job. Interact with people, relate with people, because Nigerians have grown beyond ethnic sentiments of some sort. And as we grow better in democracy, you now realize that people will be talking about issues rather than sentiments of where you come from. For me, what is important in our country is that let power be given to that person who has something upstairs and who can put food on the table of the common man, irrespective of his religion or where he comes from. That's all that Nigerian asks for. And that's what we should be thinking about, rather than this emphasis on where you come from. You are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba, you are... Of what sense does it make if you are Igbo and you become a president and Igbos are hungry, Yorubas are hungry, Hausas are hungry? I think we have got to a point in our nation's political history where we must think about that person who has something upstairs, who can put food on the table of the common man. That is the kind of person we're looking at after the 2023.
All right, okay.
This man, based on what you know, because the question my colleague is asking is that you must have known certain things. So based on what you know, do you want to confirm this kind of postulation? Because it coincided after the election, September was going to go, now you've been sworn in.
Well, those behind my travel, if any, should be bold enough to announce themselves. And if you're not talking about owning up your responsibility, it's not my duty to point you out. But I think in all this, every man is created by God with his destiny, which must surely come to pass at every given time. Time will tell, and that's where we are. As to running for any principal office, that's far gone, and I congratulate those who have won, and I think they merit it from my own assessment. So whether I contest or I'm going to contest, I didn't contest, is immaterial. What is important to me is that we'll build a new Senate, worthy of emulation by nations of other world. I think we can do that. And with the quality of people I've seen so far, my heart gladdens that we might have one of the best Senate in the history of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Your
Thank you.
Excellency. Thanks for coming.
one is.
No, your peers are here, but we have our reporters. Your peers are. We're 82.
There are many now.
We are 82.
Okay, so you.